I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away. I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. We're currently on a date with Robert. We're sitting in the back of his truck, staring at the skitty skyline and whittling. This night's going pretty well, so let's go finish it. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife? While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Yeah, that's my only option. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over.
Hey.
He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff did this guy keep in there? He pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off of his truck, and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and wipes a bit of anesthetic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up.
Oh.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of a tube of antiseptic. Make sure you keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy? Okay, Robert. I guess I'm a real whittler now.
Oh.
That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever hear of the Dover ghost? I don't think so.
Hey.
Well, let me tell you a story. Okay. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a good pup. Is that dog I met, well, didn't meet, at that dinner I had with you with Craig? Pitbull, real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment. But hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life. Right outside my tent. Me and Betsy go out to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know someone, something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear only yelps from Betsy, and I turned around to check on her, but she's gone into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. That's terrible. You're lying. I don't know. He seems like he's pretty serious about this stuff. I'm gonna say that's terrible. Wow. Robert.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. I'm starting to think this is just a ghost story he's telling. A howl? Oh, okay, maybe not. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It is guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. Okay. You're messing with me, right? I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strained my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away. I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that?
Huh.
We should go.
Huh?
Okay. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. Wait, was that the Dover ghost? I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a long while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun. Go home. Never see you again. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house.
Huh.
Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man?
Huh.
Robert thinks for a second and lights a cigarette.
Oh.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think.
Hey.
Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them. But there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to keep me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. That sucks. I'm glad you told me. Maybe we deserve to be eaten by the Dover ghost. Huh. I'm just gonna be glad he told me. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this.
Oh?
You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? Interesting. I knew he had a child. Is he gonna say it's with Mary? Or is his child just somewhere else? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret, or wish that I could have done better. But I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter and it seems perfect. It isn't.
I don't know.
At least you're there for her. I stare out the window at the blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kids than my dad was to me. What did your father do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. Don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom.
Oh?
Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison. Am I messing with Robert?
Really?
What? I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. I knew it. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow brighter. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him.
Oh.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Like 3 houses that way, right? Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. It's only 1 house over. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look over and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptic hunting. You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, Lang, you know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda? She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. Night. I chuckled to myself, then finally decided to go to bed. You're never too busy or important to be kind to others. Day complete. I think that was a great date. Yeah. Yeah, let's get a good S on this one. Maybe an S plus? I don't know. Do those exist on dates?
I'm lost.
Just an S. Works for me.
Guys.
Thank you.